As you know, the best way to predict the future is to first create it. And today you are presented with an electric future designed to reshape our perceptions of SUVs and off course. I'm talking about Ioniq 7 by Hyundai. Hyundai next electric model is the Ioniq 7. This will be the third electric series in Ioniq category by Hyundai, following the previous launch of Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6. And if you want to know what to expect from the Ioniq 7 and how it can measure up against other top competitors in the automotive market, why not stick around and get a glimpse into the future with Hyundai. Hyundai Ioniq 7 concept exterior adopts a radically different silhouette divergent from a typical SUV. One look at the Ioniq 7, you will notice immediately this is not your average electric car. If you manage to look past that eye-catching front with its pixelated headlights, you will come across a side profile that manages to look smooth and slick despite its boxy nature. Hyundai is not known for its bold exterior choices, often giving way to practicality and function over striking visual features. However, the Ioniq 7 might be an attempt to change that. With the concept being abundantly flamboyant, it is hard to determine where the eccentric ends and the realistic traits will start. However, the square-shaped wheel arches, sloping roofline, and the A-pillars will likely be at the rendezvous, along with the roof rails and the windshield. The production model seems ready to harbor Hyundai's new two-tier headlights. The Ioniq will be packed with 700 parametric pixels across the headlamps, rear lamps, front lower sensors, and air vent garnishes. The Ioniq 7 headlights welcomes you. In my opinion, this is cool. Despite other competitor like Mercedes had similar features on their concept CLA. Nevertheless, Hyundai is bringing something new to the game with the parametric pixel headlights. It's not just the welcoming aspects for me, they also perform a whole light show. And of course, these add to the key part of the futuristic exterior. These headlights are made of 700 parametric pixels, which are small, square LED lights that can be arranged in different patterns to create visual shows such as animated messages and light shows. They aren't just flashy accessories though, since they serve a practical purpose as well. They can be adjusted to project different beams depending on the driving situation, such as a wide beam to provide peripheral vision on winding roads. The parametric pixel headlights are part of the long list of high-tech features that Hyundai could deploy on the Ioniq 7, and they will truly make it stand out from the crowd. Appealing suicide doors. Just in case you're not familiar with these kind of doors, suicide doors or rear hinge doors are car doors that open in the opposite direction to the direction of travel. Popular mostly in the 1930s, suicide doors were reinvented for the modern era by Rolls-Royce in early 2000, and Hyundai is bringing them to the EV revolution with the Ioniq 7. Nothing about the interior of the Ioniq 7 is conventional, so it is fitted with doors that open in the other direction. Like the headlights, this isn't just a gimmick though, since opening both the front and rear doors at the same time provides better access to the rear seats or lounge area, along with giving it a unique and luxurious look. Of course, something with suicide in its name comes with its fair share of asterisks, and Hyundai might try to mitigate those safety risks by installing sensors and other measures like a safety latch, unless they get scrapped in the production model for understandable reasons. The interior is unlike anything you've seen before. While the exterior design of the Ioniq 7 is already quite dazzling, the real party trick is the configuration of the rear seats. It is so utterly brilliant that once you look inside, you will wonder why you have never sat in a vehicle like this. Not only does it have a very inviting and cozy looking lounge area, but the Ioniq 7 also showcases how much extra interior space is possible with a completely flat floor in a 3-row SUV Once you pass through the massive opening greeted by doors and settle into your lounge chair, calling it a seat doesn't feel right. You can look up to a huge OLED screen that also doubles up as a panoramic sunroof, completing the otherworldly feel of the interior. Some of these features might not be present in the production model, but we are keeping our fingers crossed. The Ioniq 7 will be based on Hyundai's E-GMP architecture. A lot of progress so far with electric vehicles, as other automotive companies already adopted the ideas of fully electrified vehicles. Manufacturers are working hard to keep up with their competitors. Hyundai has introduced a dedicated new platform for EVs named E-GMP Electric Global Modular Platform. It's a highly versatile platform. It is currently shared by vehicles such as the Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, and the Genesis GV60. Hyundai already has plans to expand this lineup to 23 different vehicles by 2025. All vehicles built on this platform will have largely the same specifications regardless of size, and this type of uniformity is useful for consumers as well as engineers. Hyundai has remained tight-lipped about the electric motor configuration and horsepower that will be produced by the Ioniq 7. But it is expected to have a robust powertrain that enables quick acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6 seconds despite its size. The existing Ioniq 5 produces 320 horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque, and the upcoming Ioniq 5 is slated to produce as much as 600 horsepower. Even though the Ioniq 7 is more of a luxury-focused vehicle than a performance one like the blisteringly quick Ioniq 5, it won't be a slouch. And you can put your money on almost 400 horsepower and an equivalent amount of torque when the specs are finally released. In a bid to increase uniformity, Hyundai is planning to give the same specifications to all models based on the E-GMP, regardless of their size and purpose like I mentioned earlier. Given that, this means that the Ioniq 7 will have a range of almost 310 miles on a single charge, making it a very practical package for a vehicle offering such a novel approach to an existing segment in the market. The E-GMP also supports 800-volt fast charging, and when hooked up to a 350 kilowatts faster charger, the Ioniq 7's battery could be replenished from 10 to 80% in as little as 20 minutes. The Ioniq 5 has a maximum range of 303 miles on one charge for the single-motor variant, and can indeed be charged this quickly according to a real-world test. The Ioniq 7 has been designed to be more hygienic than any other vehicles in the post-COVID world. Hygiene is of utmost importance, and Hyundai has been extremely mindful of that while designing the Ioniq 7. Some of these features geared toward providing a safe and hygienic driving experience include the incorporation of various materials like mineral plaster, bamboo wood and carpet, and hygienically treated fabric. A Hygien's airflow system built along the same specifications as the cabin air management system found in passenger aircraft, and UVC sterilization tech that kicks in when everyone leaves. All of these things might not be on top of your list while shopping for a new car. However, they can make a big difference in your everyday driving experience, and Hyundai wants to be the first one to bring this to the attention of the masses. Ioniq 7 is a game changer. It could revolutionize how people perceive three-row SUVs. Everyone has a very specific concept of how a three-row SUV should look from the inside, with two conventional rows and a third row. That is often cramped and easily foldable to make way for more cargo space. The Ioniq 7, on the other hand, is built with a completely different philosophy in mind. Hyundai designed it to be a living space on wheels, and with the bench seat as the third row, it could very well become one. This approach will allow the Ioniq 7 to give additional leg and headroom to passengers in the second row, and the third row seems like road trip heaven. If Hyundai manages to pull it off in the production model, you can expect a lot of other manufacturers to follow suit. No details have emerged regarding the exact price of the Ioniq 7 so far. We expect the price to start from $50,000 and get topped with $70,000 for the fully equipped model. Whereas other EVs such as Tesla Model X and Rivian R1S having starting price range from $78,000 to $90,000. Considering the fact this vehicle brings so many new and innovative features such as practical specifications for power and range, this price point is very competitive. Its smaller counterpart Ioniq 5 comes in 3 different variants, and Ioniq 7 is expected to be offered with the same lineup. Automotive market is heating up every day, and Hyundai will be looking to keep the price as accessible as possible, despite the novel features the Ioniq 7 is expected to bring. I would personally like to know what you think about this car, and if you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time.